Hello, it's Diana again, and yes, I'm driving again. I am a caregiver for my stepdad, so I don't get very much privacy, and sometimes it's just hard for me to do videos at home because he wants to talk or he listens to everything I say. So that's the wonders and joys of being a caregiver, is not having privacy. The only time I have privacy is when I leave the house. So anyway, today I've been thinking about this for a while, and the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. Okay, when we are born, our parents start training us. They start teaching us things. And I always thought that they were training us to be adults, to live life. And sometimes they do, but in your first 2 or 3 years of your, that's when you're learning pretty much everything that you need to know. How to eat, how to communicate. Well, I have decided that we're not being trained to be just, for being an adult and just the regular life. We are being trained to be old. Think about it. When you're first born, your only way of communicating is you cry. Somebody runs and gives you a bottle, picks you up, do whatever you need them to do. You learn to eat, and you're so messy and sloppy. Food goes everywhere, and it's okay. It's okay. Nobody complains because you're young and you don't know what you're doing, and hey, things are going to happen. You bark orders, by crying or whatever, they come running. Well, when you get old and you can't take care of yourself, you revert back to that. Think about it really hard, because it'll make sense. You get older, you can't take care of yourself. You're not crying, but you're actually, I need something to drink. I want something to eat. And we're supposed to jump and run and do whatever they want. Meal times, I know with my stepdad, he's 80 years old and he has cerebral palsy. Meal times are such a mess. It's like food all over the table. And I have to clean it up. And it's like, oh, this is worse than a child. But we're being trained the first, I would say 2 to 3 years. Not for the rest of our, not for our adult life or anything. We're being trained because sometimes we're being trained for our older years, because sometimes we revert back to having new diapers. So, hey, come change me. That hasn't got to that point yet with my stepdad, thank goodness, because I couldn't do it. I could not change an adult diaper. I can change babies, but not an adult one. But anyway, I've sat and thought about this so much, because taking care of my stepdad is a lot like taking care of a child. I sit there 24/7, and I do nothing but sit there and wait for him to say, hey, I want something to drink. Hey, I want something to eat. Hey, I need a shower. Hey, I need this. Hey, I need that. Clean my clothes. Do this. That's what kids do when they're little, before they can get old enough that they can do things for themselves. But we teach them. We teach our kids how to communicate what they need. When you get older, you remember all that. So, being a caregiver can be very challenging. I'm glad I had my kids when I did, when I was younger, because I had a lot more patience then. I have no patience anymore. I lost my patience. I have grandkids and I have patience with them. But I don't have patience anymore like I used to when it comes to taking care of somebody full time. Of course, there's a lot of other issues going on that, make me think that I have no patience. I'm just ready to go live my life, but I can't because I'm taking care of my stepdad. But anyway, yeah, that's depressing sometimes. But anyway, I just kind of, doing this day to day, every day, it reminded me of taking care of a child. And sometimes I tell him that when he's eating and everything, I'm like, a child is neater than this. A child is neater than this. I mean, how come you're so messy? But anyway, I'm off to my counseling appointment. Got a doctor's appointment later today. So I get to leave him for an hour or so at a time. I can't leave him for very long. So, and I used to have somebody go in and sit with him. Anymore, I'm like, I got my appointments and I don't have anybody to sit with him. And that's another thing. You have to find somebody to babysit him when you go off for long periods of time. It's another thing that's like a child. You have to find somebody to babysit him. So, it's another kind of like where you are taking care of a child when they get older. I need to get a good babysitter that can come in and take care of him once in a while. But anyway, I'm off to my appointments. Life will get better one day. Life will get better. I know. I'm just holding on to the hope that, he's getting to the point where I can't take care of him anymore. I will have to put him in a nursing home. So life will get better. I will have my chance to live. And I'm hoping it's before I get too down in my health that I can't. But anyway, I'm almost to my appointment, so I'm going to get off here. And y'all have a great day. Bye.